Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to the More Analytics Afternoon Energy Podcast for November 5th. Bear with me a second. Okay, we're going to start off with the natural gas. Rolled back over again today. Thought that the settlement above 271.20 would have possibly brought in more strength than this, but we only rallied up to 281.80 and then rolled over and took that back out. Overall, we held exhaustion at 340.60 and have rolled over 892 ticks. And then the trade below 3 even to 3 even 80 has brought in 486 ticks of the 130 tick plus we were looking for. Okay, and the crude oil inched higher again today. We are likely in a bullish correction against the move down from, sorry, my computer is running a little bit slow here. I got too many things open. From October 7th. We held exhaustion down below at 67.04 to 645 with a 66.72 low and rallied $5.34 coming into this morning, and then additionally up to the high of the day at 72.67. And we took out this exhaustion level right here, so we may run up to test this next exhaustion level up here at 73.51 to 74.05. I would note that tomorrow would be the ideal time frame for one of these exhaustion levels to hold more than temporarily. We roll over and we take out this formation down below here, which is going to come in at 69.93 plus 0.5 of a tick per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. That will warrant a decent pressure. And the RBOB also traded higher again today. I warned a possible exhaustion at 189.48. We held this with a 190.11 low and have rallied 13.99 cents going into today. And then another good portion up here all the way up to 206.06. There's some other bullish formations in here you can read about. Now, I would note that the break above this line here also projects this higher, but I did not suggest getting long above it because we had these exhaustion levels just above. And this exhaustion level wound up holding here at 205.52 to 622, 622. I did not have a sell suggestion in there. Again, as I stated earlier, that there's some conflicting signals here, even though the lines, these two lines itself breaking above them, it would be bullish. This is also possible exhaustion level. So we'll have to see if this takes out this exhaustion level tomorrow. Then the final exhaustion comes in at 208.66 to 209.70. Tomorrow would start the ideal time frame for that to hold more than temporarily. If it did, it could start a whole new bearish structure. If we settle above there, that kind of changes the picture, and that increases the likelihood of that rallying up to 215.04 plus. Let me just check one thing. Bear with me a second. $163. Just doing some real-time calculations here. 163. Okay, so we had broken above here enough to be a bullish break above this line, but not enough below it to negate that and turn it bearish. If we were to break back below that line decently, that would warrant a renewed pressure. That line's going to come in at 204.40. +3 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bear with me one more minute here, please. A decent break below there overnight is going to be 174 ticks up to the open tomorrow. And likewise, if we break below this line down here, that's also going to warn of additional pressure. That's going to come in at 201.96 minus 8 per hour, 0.8 of a tick per hour, starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Okay, and the heating oil also traded higher today. Took out its exhaustion level in here, which I've erased since then. We're entering into that ideal time frame for a possible exhaustion level to hold. Final exhaustion is right here at 236.01. We fell back down through this area. That would also warrant pressure. That's going to come in at 229.90 to 229 even. Okay. And the Brent also traded higher today. I forgot to say, I'm sorry, I forgot to summarize in the heating oil. The trade above 218.18 had brought in $12.2 cents coming into the day, and then a little bit more throughout the day right here. Okay, back to the Brent. Okay, the break above 72.67 had brought in $2.98 of strength coming into today, and then we traded it further up to 76.24 before holding this exhaustion level up in here, which we had as a sell suggestion at 75.41 to 77. We held that with a at 76.21 to 62, and we held that with a 76.24 low and started to roll over. If we were to fail back down through this formation right here, that's going to warrant a decent pressure. That's going to come in at 73.07 plus 0.6 of a tick per hour starting at 8 o'clock p.m. If we take this exhaustion level out, we'll probably head up to test this higher exhaustion level up in here. And finally, the gas oil traded higher as well. We held exhaustion at 638.25 with the 634.75 low and rallied 57.5 into today, and then another piece of that in here up to 698 before holding exhaustion right here at 699 to 701, which I had listed, but I did not have a sell suggestion there because it's not attached to the upper level. But the last final exhaustion up here is at 707.25. So if we go up and test that, and hold that, that could start a new bearish structure. But if we settle above that, that warns of a run possibly for 727 plus. Okay. And the cadence going into tomorrow is the RBOB is the strongest out of the three, the heating oil, the middle out of the three, and the crude oil, the weakest out of the three relative to one another. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you have a good evening, and I'll see you on tomorrow's podcast.